You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station. Live from the Germantown Civic Club complex, one of the Mid-South's top community events is happening right now. Delectable food, exciting entertainment, arts and crafts, and the always popular weenie dog races. See it all during GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon Sewell and Tia Lyons.
Hello, and welcome to GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival. I'm Brandon Sewell.
And I'm Tia Lyons. As you can see, we are not in our normal spot for our live coverage this year. That is because of the weather we've been experiencing this weekend.
It's been 3 years since we last covered the Germantown Festival. As you may know, the festival was canceled in 2020 and 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Down the street, more than 400 artisans and vendors from all over the region have descended on Germantown this weekend. But those crafts are just a taste of what the festival offers. There's live entertainment, tasty food, and one of the best family atmospheres you can find anywhere.
All this fun goes to some wonderful causes. Volunteers from local civic and nonprofit organizations work the grounds to raise money and awareness. Some of those volunteers will be featured on today's show, along with guests from organizations here in Germantown and all over the Mid-South.
Our first guest of the show is a woman who has helped coordinate this event since the beginning. Joining us is Melba Fristick, Festival Coordinator. Ms. Fristick, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So it's been 3 long years since the last festival. How are you feeling about it?
Relieved that this has gone off so well. Rain yesterday I thought would, be the death of us, but we've come right through it. And today with the pleasant weather, we've had a record turnout for Sunday. So the vendors are happy, the organizers are happy, the nonprofits that are going to benefit from this I hope will be happy. And I left a lot of happy people on the grounds when I came in.
Well, Ms. Fristick, can you talk about the challenges festival organizers faced during the pandemic?
That was horrendous for me. I have found in the experiences we've had in the past 3 years, it's easier to stage a festival than it is to undo one that is in the process of happening already. But we have managed to come through it, and vendors that have been with us for years have wanted to come back. New ones have been able to come in. We've had some new attractions come in. Things change, particularly in 3 years.
We're so happy that the pandemic is mostly behind us now and that the festival is back. Have there been any changes made to the festival?
Well, this year we've been able to add some more free space in that we have some boats and RVs and things on display that we've never seen before. We do have new car dealers out there showing off some of their wares. But there's so many new community, I've just left the Marines, the War Horses for Veterans, voter sign-ups. I mean, there's just been everything out there in addition to all of the arts and crafts and fun.
Well, Ms. Fristick, what about vendors? Did you lose or gain any?
Well, I leveled it off a little bit this year. We have found from experience there's some places in the festival grounds that aren't really suitable for vendors to set up because they get muddy or they get rutted. And so I kept that as free space for people just to meander around. And then the rain had a different idea at the last minute. But we really haven't changed that much. We have a working formula that has worked for almost 50 years now. And we might have grown some, we might have reduced some over the years, but we've kept with the same formula. Bring the families out, let them have fun, get them into the event for free, and then let them spend their money wherever they want to.
What do you look for when you're trying to find new vendors for the festival?
A lot of it is word of mouth from other vendors. People who have been very successful at this event will tell their friends, this is an event you need to go to. The vendors can make some good money out here. And the foods and the rides and games, everything out here other than the arts and crafts benefits a local nonprofit charitable organization. So word gets out with that if you want to sign up for one of those spaces, you better do it early.
Well, Ms. Fristick, why do you think that it's important to have the festival back after being gone for so long?
Community. Absolutely, community. That is what's brought this together. It's not a group of this or a group of that. This is the Mid-South community that gets together, and we have a great time. I just want to forget about some of the bad stuff that's happened. And this is one way we can do it, is to bring people out to have fun. And they feel, comfortable. I just left a group eating their lunches on the curb by the parking lot and Pickering Center. But I mean, it's just that way. You can let your kids run with their friends, keep an eye on them, have a good time. Public services are always there to help out, but it's just a great time to bring your family and enjoy this time.
So next year is the festival's 50th anniversary. Are there any ideas floating around, or is it still too early?
It's a little early, but since it took us 3 years to get the 49th one in, I don't want to set anything in concrete for the 50th yet, but we will do some special celebrations. Today being 9/11, we did a special remembrance for that. And we want to keep it memorable, and yet we still want to keep it community-centered.
Well, Ms. Fristic, would you like to say anything else to the viewers and festival goers out there?
Okay. We have free parking for you if you'd like to come out. You can park at the Community Athletic Center on Exeter. You can park at the Germantown Church of Christ on Poplar Pike for free. Get on a bus, ride it right to the festival grounds for free, and come in and have a great time and, you know, let your kids run. The playground is there. You don't have to pay a cent for that. If you want to buy arts and crafts, if you want to buy food, if you want to buy rides, tickets, come on and do it. But otherwise, you don't really have to spend a ton of money out here to have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for being on this show. It's always a pleasure having you.
Oh, thank y'all. You do a great job up here.
Thank you. For more information on the Germantown Festival, visit germantownfest.com.
We're excited to bring back a tradition we call Faces of the Festival. Despite the rain, many people came out to shop and have fun. Reporter Kirsten Clark went out and spoke with some of them.
Festival goers are back after 3 long years. Despite the rain, the festival goers I've talked with are thrilled to be out here today, wet clothes and all.
Excellent day. I'm sorry about the rain, but there's a great turnout, and so I think it was a success.
The fact that people came out, rain or shine, and they still were ready to get back out to come to support the festival, and it was great to be back again.
Today's been an amazing day so far. We started about 9 o'clock, and wow, I was amazed by how many people actually came out. And being a vendor here, they came out and they were shopping with their rain boots and everything. So it's a little bit muddy, but guess what? Don't let that deter you. You're having a good time out here.
Coming here for, I don't know how many years, 20 years it feels like, yeah.
I'm here for the food.
Got some nuts. They had some really good nuts in there that were covered with sugary stuff. And our dog has enjoyed wallowing in the mud. He's had a good time with that. And we always enjoy seeing all the crafts and the candles and jewelry. And we have a friend who's an artist who has a booth here as well. So it's just, we enjoy coming out.
It seems like people are always friendly, but it seems like they're extra friendly this year. You know, people are just glad to be out and be about, and the kids can go play, and it's just a great event to be out to.
My favorite part about the festival is getting to meet all of the little girls at the Girl Scout booth over there, and yeah, that's my favorite part.
But this is a great festival, so I hope y'all keep this up every year. I don't know if it happens every year, but I hope you keep it up every year.
I had a great time talking with festival goers today. They are really making the most out of a very wet situation. Reporting for GHS-TV, I am Kirsten Clark.
The Germantown Charity Horse Show is one of the largest all-breed horse shows in the country. Riders come from all over the country to participate in this annual event. We are excited to have Ann Palmy from GHS on the show today. Welcome to the show, Ms. Palmy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, the horse show is such a marquee event for Germantown. Can you give us a brief history about it?
Absolutely. So the horse show started many years ago. I believe next year we'll celebrate our 75th anniversary, which is pretty crazy to think about. Germantown obviously has a very rich history with horses. So we're excited to put the horse show on and to help kind of bring people together in that manner, as well as show them what the horse show is about.
So Ms. Palmy, the show is under new leadership this year. What does the new president bring to the table?
Oh yeah, thank you. So Mary Livesey is our new president. We're very excited. Our president served 2-year terms. So we're very excited to have Mary as our president and to see where she takes us for the horse show and to see where the horse show goes under her guidance and leadership.
Well, Kindred Place has been the main charity of the horse show for more than 20 years. Ms. Palmy, how does it GCHS support the organization?
Absolutely. So we support that organization primarily through monetary donations. We utilize the funds from our horse show, and we make one lump sum donation to the Kindred Place to help facilitate different counseling sessions and things like that that the Kindred Place provides. We also will use those funds to donate to other organizations throughout our community, other charitable organizations or fundraisers, things of that nature. This year we're excited to announce that we were able to donate a whopping total of $40,000 to the Kindred Place to help them as they fulfill their mission.
In your opinion, what is the horse show's impact on the community?
Oh, I think the horse show is great for the community. I mean, I think it really helps to bring people together and again to help Germantown kind of connect to that past life, so to speak, of horses when they were everywhere. You know, it's funny enough, but there are a number of old, what we call bridle paths in the horse community. So old bridle paths all throughout the city of Germantown that back in the day people would just hop on their horse and go. And I know where people would ride all the way down Poplar Pike and then back to where Poplar is today. So we really try to embrace that as well as bring people together with the common love of horses.
Well, we are still a long way from next year's horse show, but has planning already begun?
Planning never stops. We never stop planning. We're always thinking about next year, always thinking about what benefit we could add, what things we could do differently, how we can better advance the horse show for both our competitors as well as our spectators that come and watch the horse show with us. So always thinking about next year. Yes, indeed, we have started planning for next year. Looking forward to that event.
Ms. Palmy, what is it about the horse show that keeps participants and spectators coming back every year?
Absolutely. So one, it's one of the longest running activities in the Mid-South. So it's one of the longest ones. Of course, we did take a break for COVID with those different rules and regulations around that. We took a break for 2020, came back in 2021. So with that, we were able to kind of regroup, regather, and go back from there. I think what really brings people back to the horse show and what keeps them coming back is, one, it's exciting, right? I don't know if you've ever been to our Grand Prix on Saturday night. It's kind of our big finale, a $25,000 Grand Prix. So that's an exciting event that we have a ton of turnout for. But it's also a really great family-oriented event where you can come, you can bring a picnic lunch, or you can purchase lunch or dinner from one of our mini vendors that we have there. There's lots of things to do for the children, so they're able to have those activities, from face painting to stick horse races. We've got all of it all encompassed into one big event.
Well, lastly, what is your favorite event offered at the Germantown Festival?
Ooh, the Germantown Festival. My favorite event has to be the weenie dog races. Those are by far my favorite.
Well, Ms. Palmy, this was a great conversation. Thank you for being here, and we would like to personally thank the Germantown Charity Horse Show for always supporting the GHS Kappa program here at GHS.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me today.
Of course. To learn more about the Germantown Charity Horse Show, visit gchs.org.
We're just getting started with our coverage of the Germantown Festival. When we come back, we'll continue our conversations with local organizations.
And we've got more sights and sounds from around the festival grounds with our reporters. So stick around.
Don't forget, we're streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube.
"45 years ago, the Poplar Pike Playhouse came into existence under the direction of Frank Bluestein. And over the years, his reputation and the reputation of the program grew. And so students from the community just clamored to be a part of this program.
God bless us, everyone!
A student comes into Germantown High School that's interested in theater. They're going to start an introduction to theater. You get a great overview of what theater is. And then, if you want to continue in our program, then you have a choice of taking 2 other classes. You can take either acting or tech theater. That is very hands-on, and the students will learn a lot about set building, lighting design, sound design.
Something that's very unique about PPP is that the students do everything here. We do the lights, we do the set, we do the acting, we do the dancing. Everything you see backstage and on stage, a student is doing it. It is completely student ran.
The Poplar Pike Playhouse has definitely still grown my love for theater.
We want to do great work, and we really want this to be an experience for students that they will hold on to for the rest of their lives, and that they will take the things that they learned into their lives and help shape them into really productive citizens.
Everybody, 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 cut, cut loose.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station. Live from the Germantown Civic Club Complex, one of the Mid-South's top community events is happening right now. Delectable food, exciting entertainment, arts and crafts, and the always popular Weenie Dog races. See it all during GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon Sewell and Tia Lyons.
Thanks for tuning in to GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Germantown Festival. If you're just joining us, I'm Tia Lyons, and this is my co-host, Brandon Sewell.
We're giving you an exclusive tour around the festival without ever having to leave your seat. But there's still plenty of time left to come out to the festival grounds at the Germantown Civic Club Complex. The festival will be open until 6 o'clock tonight.
If you need to freshen up your holiday decor, look no further than the Germantown Festival. From spooky signs to unique ornaments, GHS-TV reporter Zabria McLean is on the hunt for the best holiday items.
It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas here at the Germantown Festival. I'm here with Sam and Beth browsing their incredible displays of holiday decorations. So, Sam, can you tell us about your products? They really are unique.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Well, we do hand-painted ceramic pottery. We have light-up jack-o'-lanterns, Christmas trees, thankful pumpkins, lots of different fun things for the holidays, great personalized gifts, these kinds of things. We also offer canvas art as well.
And Beth, can you please tell us about your products?
Sure. I make a variety of upcycled gift items. So I crochet with plastic bags and use t-shirts and other found fabric to make ornaments and garlands and wreaths. And I'm looking to see what else is over there. And mug rugs and coasters. And yeah, there's just a bright, colorful selection of a bunch of things that used to be something else.
So this is your first time, this is both your first times here at the festival. Why did you want to set up a booth here? Either of you can answer.
I think we decided to share it together and try it out and see what it was. 2 days is a lot of time, so we wanted to make sure that we could keep each other covered and entertained and not have to, we didn't know what really to expect. So we're here together and wanted to just see what it was all about. I've heard great things over the years.
That's right. And Germantown is such a warm and inviting community. We just wanted to come out and rub some elbows with some neighbors.
So, Sam, when you are prepping for the festival, how do you know how much to make and how much to bring?
Well, what I do is I make a lot more and I bring a lot more than I ever could possibly need. And then I keep the tables full of as diverse a group of pieces as I can to keep it interesting and exciting for everybody.
And Beth, are you ever surprised by what sells?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I think things are going to sell that don't sell as well, and then other things I kind of take a chance with, and they'll walk right off the table, and it's surprising in that way. Yeah, sometimes.
And do you guys? Is this the only festival that you guys go to, or do you travel around the area?
I travel around the area, so I live in East Memphis and tend to do festivals that are over a little bit closer to home. So this is the farthest east I've ever come, actually.
This is festival season. I think we have about 6 more lined up for this season.
Yeah.
Oh, so thank you so much for speaking with me, and good luck with the rest of the weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, I got a lot of great decorating ideas for this season. I hope you did too. This is Zabria McLean reporting for GHS-TV.
Our next guest is a very important member of the Germantown community. He's serving his second 4-year term. We are honored to welcome our very own Germantown Mayor, Mike Palazzolo. Welcome to the show, Mayor Palazzolo.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, despite the rain this weekend, what does the return of the festival mean to you?
Oh, everything. I mean, I live in the neighborhood. The city has really wanted to have a reason to get out and to come together again. And we had that earlier this summer at our Germantown Charity Horse Show. And they're kind of a tandem. You know, the horse show's in June, the festival is in September. It kind of marks the change of seasons, if you will. And to have people come out, yesterday we had a lot of rain, today we've got a lot of sunshine. And so we might not have the crowds we've had in the past, but we're going to have a lot of people out today. We already are having a lot of people walk in and out of the festival grounds. So it's really nice. And I've seen a lot of friends and a lot of people that have lived here for a long time and a lot of visitors as well. So we enjoy welcoming the entire region to Germantown for this weekend.
Can you talk about the economic impact the festival has on the city of Germantown?
Well, you know, we've never put a specific dollar amount to it. I guess we could use one of the local universities to do an economic impact analysis. But we do know that we've got vendors with booths that come from all over the country to display their arts and crafts, and it's a big event for them. And so they're probably staying in one of our hotels, they're eating here. All the visitors who come in, they may fill up with gas, they may get one of those wonderful Prado pups, or where I volunteer, the Knights of Columbus brat in Sausage Shack, you know, they might get one of our products, but they might stop for dinner somewhere as well. So it's got a good amount of economic impact for our city. I think it does more than that. It offers a lot of goodwill because people get to see the city. And we tend to, on festival weekend, the grounds are immaculate even if it rains. We clean up things, not that we don't have things not kept during the rest of the year, but we kind of like spruce things up for the festival.
Well, you are running unopposed for the first time. I guess my next question is, what do you plan to accomplish over the next 4 years?
Well, first of all, I would say that saying the words "I'm excited" about not having to like really run hard would be an understatement. I'm still doing things that I normally would, but just not at the pace that I would. Someone asked me, my trademark's been wearing out a pair of tennis shoes because I go door to door. And so without an opponent, I'm going to go from about 20,000 steps a day to maybe about 15. And so, but the next 4 years, you know, I've got some things that are on my mind, and our aldermen do as well. We're a cohesive unit. We work well together. So you know the old separation of powers. You have the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. And so the executive and the legislative branches, they need to work really well together. And so, you know, we want to do things like stress public safety and public education and parks and our infrastructure. We want to do things like maybe finish our greenway. We're building a new premium performance park for what's called long field sports. So that's soccer and football, lacrosse, field hockey, rugby. So all those things will hopefully happen in the next maybe 4 to 5 years.
So the last time you were on the show, you talked about an initiative called Germantown 2030. Can you give us an update on its progress?
Sure. And so, you know, that program or that plan's our long-term strategic plan, and that was adopted in 2015. Now we're in 2022. So we spent this past year bringing back the steering committee and adding some people to it from the community. We had a couple teenagers on it like we did the last time around. And so we've updated it. Now it's Germantown Forward 2035. We tweaked a few things. It wasn't as if we tore the program and the strategic plan up and tossed it out and started afresh. But we changed some of the vision statement, some of the mission statement. The 9 key focus areas like natural resources and education and those type of things remain the same, but we kind of, you know, we kind of brought them up to speed and in alignment with what's going on in the community. So, you know, we plan, you know, we're a city that won the Malcolm Baldrige Award in 2019, you know, one of only 4 cities that have ever been given that designation of quality service. And so we take that very seriously, and we plan and we work the plan. So, yeah, thank you for asking.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Mayor Palazzolo.
My pleasure. And I would just like to say I really do appreciate your work and always covering the festival. And it's always a pleasure to be on this show. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to keep up with all the upcoming events in the community, visit germantown-tn.gov.
Second to the shopping is the food at the Germantown Festival. You just can't miss all of the amazing smells out there. And our reporter, Colin Ewing, has had the hard job of scoping out some of the most charitable places to eat.
I'm with Mr. Rodney Shook, the future president of Kiwanis Club. How are you doing, Mr. Shook?
I'm blessed.
So can you tell me a little bit about the Kiwanis Club of Germantown?
Kiwanis is a global organization of volunteers that are dedicated to improving the world through helping the children in the communities. And we are a nonprofit organization that raises money that benefits these people that we have projects to help assist with.
All right, that's great to hear. What are y'all selling today?
Well, we are selling snow cones in our main booth, and it is part of a project that gives some of the students in the clubs and high schools service hours whenever they work in a booth. It's a volunteer thing they do. There are probably hundreds of kids that benefit from Kiwanis through volunteering. It improves your character. It helps you to become a civic-minded person. Whenever you're volunteering as a teenager, you may do it as an adult as well.
So how does Kiwanis Club use the money that's raised here?
We donate money to different organizations. We gave out $25,000 worth of college scholarships last year, and the various places that we give it out are people that need money, not individuals, but organizations that benefit people that have needs in our community. We have the food pantry. We have so many other organizations that need money, and we help raise it for them and get it to them.
Is this your first time being here at the Germantown Festival?
Oh, it's about my third year, but it always rained us out before. It looks like we might get some clear weather this afternoon.
So, last question. How much do you expect to sell this year?
Between these three booths, there'll probably be about $15,000 worth of sales.
I appreciate you talking with me, Mr. Shook.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Reporting for GHS-TV, I'm Colin Ewing.
There's still so much more to come from the Germantown Festival, so don't go away.
And don't forget, you can watch us live, streaming on GHSTV.org, Facebook, and YouTube.
I think that the visual arts really help students to develop a new vocabulary.
There's a lot of different ways that you can do art, so it's just a multimedia way of communicating and expressing yourself to other people.
At Germantown High School, we offer our introductory classes, which would be our Art 1 classes, Art 1 Honors, and then you would move up into Art 2, Art 2 Honors, and you can go towards the IB path, which would be what I teach, the International Baccalaureate Art classes, and we also have AP Art classes.
That's when you start being able to practice your skills on your own, so the skills that you learned freshman year, you get to start to kind of put them into practice and have a little bit more creative freedom.
At Germantown, we have, of course, all of the basic media, drawing, painting, all of that. But we can do a lot of printmaking. I do some fiber arts in my class, so we do, fiber design, fabric dyeing. We also have some sculptural media and processes that we explore through found object sculptures, some clay.
Even though I'm only a senior in high school, I feel like I'm a very sophisticated artist and ready to further that.
At some point in school, you're gonna have something that's gonna have to do with art. You're gonna have to make a poster, this, that, and the third, and you're gonna have these skills because you've taken this art class. You're gonna have new relationships with teachers that you might need later. It's just a big learning experience.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station. Live from the Germantown Civic Club Complex, one of the Mid-South's top community events is happening right now. Delectable food, exciting entertainment, arts and crafts, and the always popular weenie dog races. See it all during GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival. And now, here are your hosts, Brendan Sewell and Tia Lyons.
Welcome back to GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival.
If you're just tuning in, I'm Brandon Sewell, and this is my co-host, T. Lyons.
If you're looking for live local theater, look no further than Germantown Community Theater. GCT is getting ready to open Smoke on the Mountain, the second production of their 51st season. Brian Everson is GCT's executive director, here with us to talk about the show and more. Mr. Everson, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So Thursday is opening night for Smoke on the Mountain.
Yes. A rare Thursday opening for us. Typically we run 3 weeks, open on a Friday night, but you know, COVID is still a thing, so we had cast members get sick, and so it had pushed our rehearsal process back a week. So yes, we'll have a very special opening Thursday, 8 p.m., Smoke on the Mountain. Germantown Community Theater, we're at the corner of Poplar and Forest Hill, next to the fire station. So,
well, can you tell us a little bit more about the show?
Absolutely. If you enjoy musicals, it is a musical, and if you enjoy bluegrass gospel, well, this is the show for you exactly. The two of you, I'm sure that's your favorite genre of music, I'm sure. But no, it tells the story of a family that's touring in the 1930s, and there's this small church that's brought them in to try to spur their membership to, I guess, give more money, because isn't that what church is about? It's building that next building, perhaps. But yeah, so it's a lovely little family tale. All your classic hymns kind of are over the course of an hour and a half. Lovely little story.
Well, you guys have a packed season. Can you tell us about some of the other productions?
Man, yeah. Man, we got a lot going on. So after Smoke on the Mountain, we do a show called An Inspector Calls, which is our Halloween mystery. Then at Christmas, we're doing Peter and the Starcatcher, which is like the prequel to Peter Pan, if you guys are familiar with that. Now, the week after that closes, we've just announced as of Friday, we're doing a new production, 2 shows, one night, both 45 minutes apiece. We're going to do One Man's Christmas Carol and then a show called All Is Calm, The Christmas Truce of 1914, followed by Wit, which tells the story of a lady that gets a cancer diagnosis and tries to figure out what she's going to do with the rest of her life. Monty Python's Spam-A-Lot, which is a lot of fun. Then we go to I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change, and we close the season out with Pride and Prejudice this year.
Wow. So, besides entertaining the community, Mr. Everson, GCT has an extensive educational program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we break it into semesters. So every semester we offer quite a few different classes for kids of different ages. Right now we have going on a program called Fairy Tale Trail, which is it's a workshop that lets kids get together and learn a piece of literature, and then they perform it at the Festival of Fright in Germantown, and then we also have just a normal standard musical class for after-school class. We're very excited to announce a new program that is it's a program directly geared toward those with autism and Down syndrome to allow them to have some arts access, arts training that they may not have otherwise. We call it the Full Spectrum Theater. That's going to begin in January, and we're also looking for volunteers with that. One of the things that we want to do with that program is allow these young adults the opportunity to interact in an art setting with students like your age, to bring in students that are not on the spectrum, so that there's that interaction so everyone can have that experience of creating art in a safe space. So yeah, and then we also do a program called Books on Stage in the spring, again taking another piece of literature and putting it on stage. So.
Well, the GCT recently announced a new playwright competition. Can you talk about that competition?
Yes, it's for local playwrights. There's a lot of playwriting competitions. What we felt we didn't have was one that kind of emphasized our local playwrights. If you have a manuscript between 50 and 100 pages, non-musical, and would like to submit it, it is a contest. Not only do you get to see your work performed, but if it's selected, you also win a cash prize of $1,000, and we'll be producing it in our 2024 season. So, and it's named in honor of our last president, Teresa Jordan, who served for us for 3 years and did a magnificent job.
That's great. Thank you so much for talking with us today, Mr. Everson.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes. To find out more about Smoke on the Mountain and GCT's future productions, visit gctcomeplay.org.
For many, coming out to the Germantown Festival is a time-honored tradition. Many people now bring their own kids for a day of fun. Reporter Delta Buchanan is exploring all the options for us.
I've made my way over to Popular Pike Playhouse's entertainment booth, and I'm with Mrs. Allison Long, the GHS Kappa coordinator. Y'all are doing something completely different from years past. Could you tell us about the Kappa Showcase?
Sure. This year we are utilizing the stage that we have for GHS-TV. We do a live show on Sunday, and typically it goes unused on Saturday, and we decided to this year use it to showcase the awesome talent that we have at Germantown High School in the many areas of the art. We'll have individuals that are singing. We had the drum line that was out here. We will have the orchestra out here as well, and other band and singers.
But sometimes there are battles that are more than black or white.
What are some of the acts we are seeing?
Well, as I just mentioned, we had the drum line that was out here, and then we have some individuals that are singing solos. We'll have duets. We'll have the orchestra playing later, both in an ensemble and individuals.
You brought back some of your most popular entertainment booths. What came back?
Well, every year we have students who are great artists who like to showcase their art on people's faces. So we have face painting out at the children's area.
Water is only $1.
We're also selling water for people who are walking over to the festival to help support our program.
This is your first time doing anything like this. How has the process been?
Well, it's been a few weeks of organization. It's taken that, and also retraining our students on how to get things done and plan and get the logistics taken care of, because for 2 years due to COVID we haven't had the Germantown Festival. So it's been a learning experience for a lot of our students in a lot of different ways.
The money that is raised here this weekend, what does the department do with it?
That's a really good question. The money that's raised, obviously the first part, it goes toward our expenses of what it takes to put this on. The main part is not so much making money, but having the students come together and work hard. We do tell them, though, that making money is important because we use that money to help facilitate the things that we do within the program. So that could be special workshops that we have. It could be having guest artists that come in, and also we use the money to help fund scholarships.
We are Germantown High School just up the street, and we are so proud to be here in the city of Germantown. We are so proud to be here at the Germantown Festival, and we thank you for the support that you're showing today here for the city and for the community, and we are grateful for a place to serve in our community.
How does one get involved in the optional and creative performing arts program at Germantown High School?
That's a really good question. So any student that lives in Shelby County Schools that has an interest in being a part of the arts, no matter what, we have film, video, choral music, visual art, theater, both acting and tech theater, orchestra, band. They're interested in any of those areas. They just fill out an application that will become available in January at sesk12.org and pick Germantown High School, pick CAPA for Creative and Performing Arts, that's our Kappa program, and apply to be a part of the program. And if you make certain prerequisites, then I'll call you and we'll set up an audition and interview, and we'll get you over to Germantown so you can be one of our students there.
Well, good luck this weekend, Mrs. Long.
Thank you so much. It's been great talking to you.
Reporting for GHS-TV, I'm Delta Buchanan.
Dozens of local organizations use the festival to fundraise and promote their causes. One of those is the Germantown Women's Club, which holds its largest fundraiser of the year during this two-day event. Michelle Smith, president of the GWC, is here now to talk more about the organization. It's so great to have you on the show, Ms. Smith.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So the Germantown Women's Club, many may have heard of it but don't know what it is. Can you explain the organization's mission?
I sure can. We like to support organizations connected with art, education, environment, community and civic service, anything that we feel could use some help and is a good cause. And we're not a large club, which is why you really don't hear a lot about us. We don't even have a website. We have a Facebook page.
So I was surprised to find out that the GWC is one of the oldest organized groups in Germantown.
Sure is. This is our 75th year.
Wow.
I believe it was 1947. I want to say was when it was founded by a small group of Germantown women.
Wow.
So, as we said in the introduction, your group hosts its biggest fundraiser of the year here. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, so this is our bake sale. And we all bake our hearts out for a couple of weeks, certainly the week of. And we, for the 2 days, sell our baked goods, all homemade and delicious. And that is where this is our major fundraiser for the year. And this is the money we use directly to go to 2 of our largest organizations that we like to support.
So how do you use the money that you raise over this weekend?
So the 2 organizations which we love to support is the Germantown Community Library, who you just spoke to, Brian Everson, and the Germantown Community Theater and the Germantown Library. Sorry. So those are our 2 major organizations that we like to support. In fact, the Germantown Women's Club was instrumental in forming the Germantown Library and the Germantown Community Theater back in the day.
So I read that the Germantown Women's Club has been involved with the festival for 49 years. So that would be since the start of the festival. What has kept the GWC involved for so long?
Well, it's obviously a local festival. We love that. It's a great way to raise money because people walk up and we have our list of who we donate money to, and we tell them a little bit about it, and hopefully people think, oh great, good cause, good food.
Well, how would you say, how can people join or get involved with the GWC?
Okay, so usually our members will reach out and find people and bring them to us, and you could reach out to us hopefully through our Facebook page. That's usually it's kind of word of mouth, really, but we always look for new members. Every year we're looking for new members.
How does the GWC get involved with the youth in the community?
So we do like to support different programs, obviously through the library. We support programs there. Every month when we meet at our meetings, we have a donation for a different organization every month. So in October, being Literacy Month, we are going to raise money for the Germantown Reach program.
That's great.
So that's how we like to help out where we can. We try to find programs that would like some help.
Ms. Smith, what does having the festival back mean to you?
Oh, a lot. This is our major fundraiser every year. So not having it was, we had to kind of tighten our belts and be careful with the money, but we're very, very excited that it's back.
What is your favorite part about the festival?
Oh my, I do love to wander around the festival and just see the creative ideas. It's amazing how creative we are. Yeah. That's my favorite part, just wandering around and looking at things and thinking, oh, if only I had the space for this in my house.
Well, we appreciate you for coming on the show, Ms. Smith.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you, you too.
For more information about Germantown Women's Club, you can visit their Facebook page.
With that, we've come to the end of GHS-TV's live coverage of the 49th Annual Germantown Festival. We hope you enjoyed the festival as much as we did.
Thank you to all the guests who came out today to talk with us. Your conversations helped to make the show so special.
If you enjoyed today's live student-produced show, we invite you to watch our other mini productions throughout the year. We stream 24 hours a day and offer a video archive at ghstv.org. And don't forget, you can keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
From all of us here at GHS-TV, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next year for the 50th Annual Germantown Festival.